This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath, and we are ready to hop in that taxi and blast off to good times, because this is a 1v1 between the purple blackhand player in the north of Tournament Dustbowl No Poker. Give it up for Masterleaf. We're going inside his front doors there, because in the south, as the pink nod, this is Rex. Quickly becoming a fan favorite here in Kane's Wrath. From my understanding, he's a Chinese player who recently moved to Canada, and as a result, he is no longer playing on the Chinese server, but he is playing with all of the rest of the players that I am more familiar with, which is great because he has been putting up phenomenal games in 1v1s and 2v2s, and I haven't seen that much more from him. But the matches have been good. Masterleaf and Rex had an extremely entertaining game on Tournament Highlands, which was a delight to watch. So if you missed that one, make sure that you check it out. All right, Masterleaf goes immediately into the Operations Center. He gets out his second Harvester, and now it is going to be at least one Flame Tank. I mean, I guess he could be going Reckoners, but I feel like that would be a little bit strange. And Rex gets the perfect scout on this. That Militant Squad gets lit up, and then Rex is going to have to pivot into a defense. So we'll see exactly what he's able to do. Masterleaf, as you can see, is paying a heavy price down into the 600s for his income. Maybe his Harvester's getting a little bit caught on each other, maybe not. But Rex floating 1,500. He's going to be able to get out a couple of bikes, and he's now up to 2K in income. So he's got definitely enough cash to be able to deal with this. Masterleaf bottoming out there. He's trying to get out that second refinery. Okay, no, he's finished his second refinery. He's got his third Harvester out. So as long as Masterleaf can keep Rex on his side of the map, then this can work out pretty nicely for Masterleaf. But Masterleaf is getting no damage done behind this. Rex already has enough cash, basically, to start his refinery at his expansion. Masterleaf still scraping the bottom of the barrel, just trying to get out of his main base. Rex may have left a bit of an opening here. Bikes are coming in from behind. This Flame Tank will absorb a couple of shots, but he does reverse move to get as much use out of this flame as he can, and that use is nothing. Burned down to the ground as those bikes crash into that Flame Tank. And now Rex might be looking to do some cross-map damage, which is why we see Masterleaf going Secret Shrine, going for a Hand of Nod, all before his third power plant gets added on. This guy is prioritizing his defense, and he is very worried about those bikes coming across and doing damage to him. Rex sees the rocket squads, he sees the preparation, and what in the world is Masterleaf going double upgrades? This is some StarCraft level stuff. Almost nobody gets two structures to go for two upgrades at once. That makes sense in StarCraft, where upgrades take 800 minutes to finish. And you've got those tiers of upgrades that you want to chew through. +1, +1, +2, +2, +3, +3. But not here in Command & Conquer. This is pure insanity here. He can literally just sell off one of those secret shrines as soon as the upgrade finishes, and then he'll still have the second one if he wants to get any particular units with that secret shrine. Rex gonna poke and prod this Tib Spike. Gonna take a couple of shots here and there. If he can take down that Tib Spike, that's a nice bit of help. Rex up to 3K in cash, just hanging out around that number for the current moment. And that's a good point to, or a good note to make, is the income graph only updates once every second. So it's not a perfect alignment with their cash. But Rex is somewhere around that 3K amount, just not 3K exactly, as you guys can see. It was like 3,400. And sometimes if the income and the script that updates it in OBS don't quite line up, then you can get this situation where he's just sitting at 3,000 credits, which he's not exactly 3,000, but he's right in that range. MCV unpacks. Rex halfway to his third base, and he's going to be chasing away another flame tank on the left side of the map. Masterleaf, he is finally ready to start this game off. Now, Rex's refinery placements, they may be a little bit weird, a little bit wonky, but at least they are going to be safe from Tib Catalyst missiles if we get to that stage in the game. Now, the flame tank here on the right side of the map. Rex is going to be able to fire off on it with these bikes. And, well, oh my gosh, that purifying flame, it almost kills the MCV. Just those couple of seconds, and that's 5 bikes right nearby that are attacking that flame tank. Masterleaf once again bottoming out in cash. Rex keeping maybe a bit too much float. I mean, 3K is maybe indicative of how much income he's got coming in between all of these harvesters, and that's why his income just appears locked, because he is holding right around that point while Masterleaf is struggling to have enough money. When you go for those double upgrades, that is definitely what can happen. Operations Center getting attacked. Rex is ready to move into that. No, he loses his MCV, and that's why Rex's income suddenly starts climbing a bit. Now Rex has got the reverse problem. He's trying to take a third refinery or a third expansion at this point, and he is just not going to find it. Masterleaf doesn't have enough refineries for all of his harvesters, and Rex has too much income and not a way to spend it. He's a little bit flatlining on production because he only has 2 war factories. He should be getting up 2 additional refineries with all of this cash he's got in the bank. He should be getting further and further ahead of Masterleaf. But that flame tank came through at just the right time, and Masterleaf completely stopped that MCV in its track. And that is the power of Purifying Flame. That blue flame upgrade will burn those buildings down so quickly. All right, Rex gets out another MCV. It's going to take him a minute to walk over to that third base. In the meantime, he's got dozer blades. He is ready to go. Masterleaf at a comfortable float, probably looking to add on tier 3 if he could ever push this army out of his base, but he might have to rebuild a couple of power plants before he makes his way to tier 3. Scorpion tanks in the left, Scorpion tanks in the north, and everywhere that Masterleaf looks, there's 2 or 3 Scorpion tanks trying to sneak their way into his base. Scorpion tanks on the front line going to be trading out against those rocket squads, and Masterleaf's harvesters now going to be taking a bit of damage. The disadvantage of when you are Black Hand. Scorpion tanks can be dealt with by Panic Fanatics as Masterleaf clears out his base, and finally those Scorpion tanks get taken out. That guy's going to get trapped. Well, the Fanatics find the kill, and Masterleaf gets the tier 3 even with all that pressure. Rex, 4,000 in the bank. He is cranking away at those refineries. He maybe even should have gone for a second MCV, depending on what he wants to do after this. But he is about to run out of cash because at his natural expansion, man, he has just had so many harvesters lining up to unload Tiberium. But he's about to be out of cash at his natural expansion, and he's ready to transition up to his third. Still sitting around 4K money in the bank. Oh, this harvester is just walking its way the long distance to Masterleaf's third. Masterleaf gets the Redeemer Engineering Facility. He gets himself charged particle beams. He's probably looking to add on... no, he's not actually adding anything on. I assumed that rocket Tib core rockets would be added on soon, but no. A couple of more power plants getting targeted down. Masterleaf a little bit lacking in income, but he is going to be able to get out the Redeemer if nothing else. He might flatline a little bit on the income tab, but he definitely doesn't have enough for any of those big juicy shots, not just yet. Rex finally spending that income now that he's got his refineries up north. That's a decent amount of money that he just spent transitioning up to his third field, so he is really hoping that he can keep a hold of that. Seed Tiberium gets called in. Masterleaf is almost ready to launch that catalyst missile. He's nearly got enough cash in the bank. Redeemer is out on the field, and it's going to be double rocket. No engineers for Masterleaf. That is kind of fascinating to see, but he knows that he's going to have some Venoms to contend with. Would love to see some Vertigos as well from Rex. And I feel like we are just waiting for that Catalyst Missile to come crashing down over here. I love this cross-mapping from Rex. 3K in the bank for Masterleaf. And these Harvesters are about to get crushed, so Masterleaf better win on the other side of the map. Venoms come through for another pass. A couple of Redeemers, or a couple of Reckoners going to be getting added on potentially here. And it's one Obelisk against all of these tanks. Vapor Bomb is a big miss, and Masterleaf spends half of his bank on that Vapor Bomb. But can he keep his Harvesters alive? A couple of them extremely low on HP, just a couple of shots, but the Vein Detonation is going to absorb the rest of his cash. Only 3 tanks left, 1 tank left, and 1 Obelisk shot away from total destruction. Masterleaf now has 3K in the bank. As Rex bottoms out, his refineries getting annihilated here, and his Harvesters are going to have to run for the hills because Rex's entire army is on the other side of the map, hoping that a base trade will save him in this case. Triple Obelisk getting deployed, and this Redeemer is actually going to back off for a moment. Another MCV may be caught and killed over here on the right side of the map as additional Shredder turrets get added on, and Masterleaf is hoping that he can stop this base for once and for all, and it looks like he's got the infantry to do it, but can he stop this Scorpion army on the other side of the map? Because this is way too many Scorps, as unupgraded as they are. Masterleaf can't deal with this many guns all at once. He is going to cut and run with his army and not return home. It is a full-on base trade, and Rex is going to have to try and sneak out somewhere else. Or no, he's just going to return back home. He's gutted Masterleaf's base. He's going to hopefully take down the MCV as he's crossing back by it, and Rage Gen fires off. Masterleaf may be causing some mayhem amongst this army, but no, only 1, maybe 2 Scorpions go down as Rex is looking for another target. This MCV has been reacquired, and down it goes. Meanwhile, Masterleaf has found the second MCV. Furious control from both sides of the map as once again the Purifying Flames find their mark, and Rex has no more build queue. No, he has a third MCV. He still managed to sneak out an MCV. As Masterleaf manages to sneak out a war factory near the middle of the map, but not many Harvesters are left. And Masterleaf, if he doesn't have an MCV already most of the way done, he doesn't necessarily... he might have enough cash to finish it up. If that's an MCV on the queue, I think Masterleaf can get it. He does have the Tib Spike still in the corner, so he's still got a bit of income tickling in one by one, $1 here and $1 there. The MCV does survive Rex's third or fourth line of defense. He sells off everything. He's got cash, but he's only got 1 war factory. He's only got 1 MCV. He's hoping these Shredder turrets, these Harvesters, and these reinforcement Scorpion tanks will be enough to stop the infantry army of Masterleaf. Rex might just have to go for it. Masterleaf is out of cash, but little by little he's going to keep on building that MCV. Rex loses his MCV. He can't stop the flames. Are you kidding me? A fully heroic Confessor Cabal, but only this Black Hand member is left. They're so close. The Black Hand gets crushed by the Scorpion tank, and Masterleaf just has to defend this war factory. He is hoping that maybe his last couple of units can do enough on the other side of the map. Rex has no war factory, so he has to suicide everything onto the war factory of Masterleaf before this MCV gets out. Rage Gen fires off. This is the last hope. Rex was trying to force fire on the ground. If he can just avoid that Redeemer, he may not realize He must not know that this is the last building of Masterleaf. He's just feeding harvesters into the crush of that Redeemer, hoping the surround will get it, and Rex is going for the mass scout. He's got no production facility, so he's got no use for that cash, and Masterleaf has done it. The MCV will emerge. No, okay, there it is. For a second, I thought he canceled it or something, and Masterleaf has done it. The Redeemer will kill these Scorps, and I think that's going to be it. Rex's chance was to go for... Oh, no, Masterleaf doesn't have any cash, so it's actually going to take a really long time for him to build anything. And that's it. Rex has only 2 tanks left, and that's the GG as Rex has been defeated. Masterleaf barely able to make that work. That Purifying Flame is so good. That's the story here. Purifying Flame is so good. Masterleaf almost should have lost that game, but he had just enough Purifying Flame. That double upgrade, maybe he didn't need Black Disciples and Purifying Flame right at the beginning, but honestly, that's what won him the game, were those upgrades. He prioritized them early, and they paid off in the biggest way up to the last moment of the game. There we can see Rex and Masterleaf's income. Rex was ahead, and all through that match, he had more cash than Masterleaf, but it just didn't matter. At the end of the day, Masterleaf wins in this 1.02 plus R19 game. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is Sybert signing out.